it's Whitlow or Towles, but Jalen will run out there first. It's not really, that he's starting. I guess you guys deem it as starter, but it's Slash.
Is Jalen more comfortable, would you say, right now with the whole situation since he's played?
I would think, but Patty Ice looks pretty. I asked him just a minute ago, is he ready? He says, yeah. Well, he wished the game was in 2 hours. I said, I don't. I need him to see this practice. So, but you like that though. You like that. Um, I don't want him to try to hide behind anything though, because you're gonna be nervous. I don't care how you spin it. You're gonna be nervous. Being the first time he runs out on the field. So, but hey, he's a confident guy. He's has a lot of confidence in his ability, and we're gonna throw him out there and see what happens.
Are you more concerned about playing Matt Rourke at quarterback or this combination that you've?
I was more concerned about Matt Rourke, and no doubt. Because we were really one-sided. We didn't have not one pass. We did have one pass, and it was behind the line of scrimmage. So that was one of the things that you was concerned with. These guys have enough. We hope that we can that they can execute each one of them individually. That we can keep these guys off balance.
Jalen seemed to look to AJ a lot Saturday. Does he have better chemistry with the other guys who were working with the twos previously at this point?
I don't know if that's. That's where his read took him. It wasn't. Everybody gets caught up in the it's go to. That's where his read took, and I expect him to go where his read takes him. And his read took him to AJ a couple of times in Saturday's game. He's got to throw it this week exactly where his read takes him again this week.
Will it be a situation where you stick with one guy if he's hot, or will it be more situational?
Be more situational. We've committed to playing them both, and we need to play them both.
What's the attitude been like this week with those guys? You're off to a 1-4 start, but obviously
for those guys,
the math still has you in it to make the postseason.
For those guys or for the whole team? I don't know. You said those guys. I don't know.
Your guys.
I think the attitude's been great. We've never had to, since we've been here, we have never had to prod them to get them going. They've always been upbeat, and came out here with a lot of juice in the practice. So the thing we got to do is carry it from the practice field to the game field.
Tucker, since he's been here, we've seen Randy prepare, work with Andre Woodson and Hartline and Randall and Max and get Matt Rourke ready, and even Curtis Pulley was coming along. Talk about his ability to develop young quarterbacks.
Well, first thing, Randy has the ability to communicate with those guys. Those guys really like how he interacts with them on and off the field, and I think he's able to spend a lot of time with them in the meeting room. He gets more meeting time than most coaches, because doing the special teams, he's in meetings, doing special teams walkthrough, he's in meetings. So they get a lot more meeting time than most, so they get a little bit closer to he's able to get a little, and it's only 4 guys in there, so he's able to get a little bit closer to his guys, and they trust him, and he's done a really good job of developing a lot of different quarterbacks, whether it be Matt Rourke in 3 days. He did a good job with him, and that was one of the more nervous weeks that we probably had around here with a guy like that that never taken a snap from the center. So, but he does a really good job of developing quarterbacks. He has a lot of experience. I think that helps too. And those guys, of all the quarterbacks he's been around, that he's got a chance to develop.
Are there any other injury situations? Like, do you have anybody on the list?
Miles Simpson, he practiced today, and we think that he might. We'll take a look at him tomorrow, and you don't have all day Saturday like we've had in the last couple of weeks, but we'll take a look at him. But right now we expect him to be with the ones. Josh Force kind of questionable now after going 2 days, and kind of came up gimpy today. So
And Corey's banged up too, right?
Corey, yeah. So we're playing Lowry at that position a little bit. And since we have an extra safety, we're moving Nellums to safety. So Lowry's been, hey, we got to be creative. That's where we're at. We got to be creative. And again, that position is really just a nickel back. Lowry's probably more suited there, but we don't have a lot of safeties. So we'll play him at some of the Sam backer.
Does Pablo go?
Mr. Cabo had a good week. Struggled a little bit Tuesday, but then had a good Wednesday, Thursday. So he'll be the starter for us on Saturday.
We saw Max come through a few minutes ago while we were waiting. Any word from doctors on how his surgery went?
They thought it went good, which doctors are always going to say it went good,
Did they have any timetable after they got in there and saw what they were dealing with?
No, they don't have any timetable. I think, again, it's going to be hard, to get back this year, but we'll work towards it.
Joker, how much?
Was saying that you talked to his
Tristan
dad.
Johnson was saying it. Okay.
Yeah. He said that you had a conversation with his dad about how he was a joker and not working hard enough, and that like some light bulb came on for him at that time. Have you seen him change?
Definitely. And then a lot of it has to do not with what I said. Coach Turner. Coach Turner's been real persistent in staying on him, and again, they don't always grow up as fast as we want them to. But Tristan Johnson was a guy that he had saw Quay Huzzy, who was a buddy of his, that struggled to playing here, and Tristan Johnson was one of those guys that was probably headed to transferring himself. But he worked his tail off in the springtime, took care of his academics, which he hadn't always done, and now he's a guy that's been consistent, 2.7, 2.8. And worked really hard on the practice field, and now he's a guy that you can count on. He's not always. He picks it. He's still the joker. He's still the class clown, but he picks his moments. He understands now when it's time to be serious. But he also, that's his demeanor. So he's always going to have to try to find time to joke around with the players also. So, but he's done a really good job at managing when and when not to.
Joker, what does it feel like? Is it at stake for you guys this weekend?
I mean, it's like another game. I mean, everything's at stake when you play in an SEC game. It's not any different than in any other week. I mean, any other situation. It's an SEC game. We came here to play these type of games. We got to get ready to go out and compete against another top 20 team.
Joker, how much, I don't know if comfort's the right word, but does it make you feel any better with whichever quarterback you got out there? You got Matt Smith, the senior center, you got Larry Warford out there, LaRod King's talking to him, just kind of helping them along.
That definitely helps when you got those guys. And one thing I told the receivers this Tuesday is, I mean, it's their job to make the quarterbacks comfortable, and feel a little bit better about what they're doing. If I was those guys, I'd get with them. And watch tape with them, and I think some of them have done it. I don't know if enough of them have done it, but those freshman quarterbacks have definitely been over here a lot more. You can see that, and that's human nature also. It's hard to prepare, like a starter. You try to tell them you got to prepare like a starter, but it's hard to get them to prepare like a starter when they're not really a starter. But when the time comes, you see a difference in them, And again, it's definitely helpful to have a senior center and a senior guard. But there's still a lot of babies around them that a lot of these young receivers that it's hard for them to lean on them because they don't know a lot. So, but we'll put them out there and see what happens.